Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and distinguished speakers, in the name of Dr. Marwan Sakran, the director of Bitlisaniyat Academy, the vice director Dr. Safiya Qasas, the Dr. Abdulkader Mtwati, and the director of the linguistics research and language planning team, and Professor Yassin Jamal Idrissi, the executive director of the academy, and all members of this international house of linguistics. I welcome you all to this international conference on artificial intelligence and scientific research, organized by the Linguistics Research and Language Planning Team. It's both an honor and a pleasure to see you, so many didactic professors and professionals gathering and following us today to explore the profound impact of artificial intelligence on our research practices and educational methodologies. As we navigate through an era defined by rapid technological advancement, artificial intelligence stands out as a transformative force across human and social sciences, culture, linguistics, research, and multiple disciplines. This conference that will enhance our understanding and inspire innovative approaches to scientific inquiry. Throughout the day or throughout these sessions, we will examine a range of critical topics. Our first panel will focus on developing good research questions in the age of artificial intelligence, addressing how these technologies can assist us in formulating insightful inquiries while also highlighting potential challenges. Dr. Benzhaf, Busheib Benzhaf, will lead us through this important discussion. Following this, we will delve into the ethical considerations in artificial assisted literature reviews with Prof. Ismail Dahya, emphasizing on the importance of maintaining ethical integrity as we integrate artificial intelligence or artificial intelligence powered tools into our research process. Dr. Aziz Qaisi will then guide us into exploring the thematic analysis of qualitative data, pushing the boundaries of traditional methodologies. In the second session, we will our focus to conducting literature reviews using artificial intelligence by Professor Elarj Reem. This session will provide insights into the practical applications of artificial intelligence in stimulating literature reviews while addressing the challenges that researchers might face. Professor Bilal Amdiaz will with a presentation on improving through artificial intelligence tools, offering us a glimpse into how these technologies can elevate our research outcomes. By the end, we will hear from Professor Mohamed Idrissi, who will discuss in embracing artificial intelligence uh, in English language instruction. He will highlight the artificial intelligence potential to enhance teaching methodologies and learners' engagement. Throughout this session, I encourage you all to engage actively in the discussions through writing your questions and comments within the live chat. Your insights and questions are welcome. Uh, as we embrace on this intellectual journey together, let us keep in mind that our goal is not only to understand artificial intelligence and its impact on research, but also to raise questions for future research. Thank you for being with us today. I look forward to this to an enlightening and inspiring conference filled with meaningful exchange of ideas. First, let us begin our first session with Dr. Bushay bin Zahaf, the head of Department of English Studies at the Faculty of Letters and Humanities and at Shuaib Khali University in Jeddah. He holds a doctorate in second and foreign language learning from the same institution and actively involved in research through applied in language and culture studies lab, founding member of and Secretary General of the local branch of the Moroccan Association of Teachers of English, MATE. Dr. Bin Zahaf research focuses on language acquisition, multilingualism, and assessment with over 30 publications in national and international journals. His work has made significant contributions to the discussion of various fields. Let us join the presentation of developing good research questions in the age of artificial intelligence, opportunities and challenges by Dr. Mizhaf. Dr. Mizhaf, the floor is yours. With us today. Let's move to Mr. Dahya again. Mr. Dahya, could you elaborate on the specific ways artificial intelligence tools enhance the efficiency of literature reviews, and how do they compare to traditional methods in terms of time and accuracy?
Okay, so the most important thing when you have, for instance, we have research to conduct has to do with the title. So you have a title, you want, for instance, to identify the research gap. Okay, you have some research questions, and the research questions lead you to, identifying the research gap. What you are going to say focus on exactly. Okay, and again, to identify the gap, the research gap, you have to do a lot of readings. So it might take you again weeks and weeks to just identify the research gap, and this is because you will be required to read, I say, tens of articles and books, okay, on that specific topic of yours, and this again can be easily done using again reliable AI tools like ChatGPT and Grok, the recently emerged AI tool. Okay, and so AI in this case can reduce the amount of time spent on works or tasks that can be easily done, okay, in a minute or in 5 minutes, okay. And even though if it takes 1 day to do, you will still have again the time to verify whatever given you by the AI, okay. And this verification comes, for instance, when you just check whether the sources, the scholars given by the AI are actually true or not. And so I have come across, for example, some issues with the use of AI. For instance, you might ask ChatGPT to give you maybe scholars who specialize in translation, for instance, okay? And you take that scholar, you go to Google and try to find out whether this scholar has actually said what AI purports to, okay? And then you find out that this scholar doesn't actually exist. That the title of the work given by AI doesn't actually exist. So everything is propagated.
Yeah,
everything is propagated.
Yeah, this is hallucinations.
Hallucinations, yes. Okay. As I said, there are no exceptions to any AI. Okay, when it comes to hallucinations, when it comes to the fabrication of data. Okay, and so if you, for instance, use a fabricated data, okay, AI will not be held accountable for that. So you will be held accountable for whatever misuse, whatever misdemeanor comes from your part. So it is your responsibility as a researcher, again, to cross-check, to verify all the data, all the resources, all the information or the ideas presented or produced by AI.
Thank you. In your opinion, what are the key skills researchers should develop to effectively integrate artificial intelligence into the literature review process while maintaining the integrity of their research?
There is a new skill now that's emerged with the emergence of AI, okay, which is prompt engineering. And so sometimes you might have experience, for instance, you ask AI to a question maybe, okay, and you find out that the question is maybe misunderstood or misinterpreted by the AI tool, okay, and again you try to rephrase the question, and the more you rephrase, the more you detail, the more accurate, maybe satisfying the answers are, okay. And so as a researcher, we have to know how to communicate with AI to use them in your advantage.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dahya. Thank you, Mr. Professor Ben Zahaf. Now let's move to Mr. Idrissi Mohammed, who is a doctoral candidate at the School of Arts and Humanities in Meknes. Uh, his research is related to professional development of Moroccan high school teachers with focus on in-service training. With over 8 years of experience as an English teacher, he aimed to enhance teaching training programs in Morocco. Professor Mohamed Idrissi will talk about embracing artificial intelligence in English language instruction. The floor is yours, Mr. Idrissi.
Okay, thank you so much, Sehmed. Good afternoon, everyone, and Ramadan Kareem. Good afternoon, our my distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank Bitlisaniyat Academy for holding such an insightful and very informative international conference on AI's impact on research and education as well. While my colleagues have been talking about the relationship between AI and research, uh, but I will be discussing AI as far as I'm concerned here from an educational perspective. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here with you for the sake of enriching our research and learning experiences as well. My article, as you mentioned, Sihmed, is about embracing AI in English language instruction or ALT. I will be discussing or talking about Moroccan EFL teachers' perceptions on AI employability for enhancing their educational practices, with a specific focus on middle to directorates as a case study. So, as an introduction, I would say imagine a classroom where technology becomes more than just a tool, where it becomes a partner in education, a partner that learns with us, responds to our needs, and enhances both teaching and learning in many different ways. So, this is no longer according to research a distant future, but the reality we are stepping into today. So, as we all know, that artificial intelligence nowadays is transforming education in ways we are only beginning to fully understand. As English language educators, we now stand at the forefront of this digital revolution. So, AI offers a host of possibilities that can empower not only teachers' educational practices, but also learners' outcomes. But with such innovation comes questions. Are our educators ready to embrace this new technology? How do Moroccan AFL teachers perceive AI's role in their instructional practices? And perhaps most importantly, how can AI truly enhance the art of teaching and not replace it? So in today's presentation, I will delve into these questions and explore the perceptions of Moroccan AFL teachers toward AI employability. Through this lens, we will uncover the ways AI can be a powerful collaborator in shaping the future of English language instruction. A collaborator that embraces creativity or enhances creativity, efficiency, and most importantly, students' learning outcomes. So, as we embark on this journey, I invite you to rethink not just what AI can do for education, but what it means for the future of teaching and learning in general. Sehmed will be starting with identifying the significance of my study. So it is of let me identify three basic significance related to my research. So the findings would help in paving the ground for a clear understanding of AI role in enhancing Moroccan teachers' educational practices. The second significance is related to the idea that the study also provides a real opportunity for Moroccan AFL teachers to explore and reflect upon their perceptions and challenges regarding AI integration in their classrooms. And also the study undoubtedly opens the door for curriculum designers and policymakers to deepen their understanding regarding AI integration from a Moroccan educational perspective. Well, to theoretically approach my research problem, I depended on two main models. But before this, I would say that theoretical frameworks in research play an important role in shaping the theoretical development of studies. At the same time, theoretical frameworks provide a solid background which shows the extent to which research is grounded in a broader body of language, therefore ensuring the research validity and relevance. This is according to Criswell 2017. So the first model that I relied on is related to the intelligence technology enhanced language learning model known as ITEL, which refers to the intelligence based technologies that can be used in language learning and teaching. This model is based on the premise that the newly developed generative AI tools such as ChatGPT and Copilot has opened the door for new possibilities and capabilities and numerous, let's say, ways for AI integration in language learning in general and English language teaching in particular. The second model that I used or that I depend on for approaching my research problem from a research perspective is related to the technology acceptance model known as TAM, which highlights the importance of adopting and integrating technologies in education in general. And this model was developed by Davis in 1986. So based on the two main technology acceptance measures, namely ease of use and usefulness, Davis model is regarded as one of the most widely adopted models of users' acceptance of using and adopting technology in education. So with the advent of AI in education, several extensions of TAM have appeared, including the extended technology acceptance model known as ETAM, which was developed and proposed by Jane in 2021. Generally speaking, AI integration in education in general and language teaching in particular has enormously supported and supplemented teachers' teaching processes. According to other researchers, including Quraishi 2023, AI tools have simplified the way teachers deal with administrative tasks, create content, find resources, planning lessons as well, and generating not only assignments but also classroom activities. However, to effectively promoting teachers' readiness of using AI, it is worth mentioning that considering teachers' technological skills and offering high-quality training chances in different classroom contexts are of paramount importance in this regard. If we are to talk about the AI definition as it is related to literature, so according to literature, I would say that the term artificial intelligence refers to computer systems and highly advanced machines that are able to perform tasks and missions that require cleverness and intelligence. This is according to Russell 2021. McCarthy also emphasized the idea that AI refers to the science of providing machines that are equipped with intelligent computer programs for the sake of performing intelligent tasks. Generally speaking, I would say that when we are talking about implementing AI in education, we are talking about AI tools and applications that can be used for supporting and facilitating both teaching and learning processes for both teachers and students as well. So this also includes intelligent technological tools supported with AI that would support language instructors to improve their educational practices, as well as creating more flexible educational context that would enhance both the teaching and learning processes as well. I think it's important to talk about the perceptions of teachers regarding AI integration in education and in their also in their classroom settings. So the need for demystifying and uncovering teachers' perceptions and experiences toward AI integration in educational settings is of paramount importance according to recent research. So this will have a positive impact on first understanding AI potentials and limitations in education in general and in English language teaching in particular. This also will help develop a clear understanding about the most important successful practices and experiences of AI integration in education. And also, this also will help in addressing teachers' limited AI knowledge regarding its practical applications and educational settings in addition to the fact that some teachers may feel discomfort while using AI tools in particular and ICTs in general. In my article also, I have addressed some of the AI challenges in education. So the first challenge is related to teachers training and professional development on how to use and deal with AI tools effectively for enhancing their educational practices. The second challenge, which is related to theory, of course, is related to the idea that AI integration in education is related to both teachers and students' over-dependence of AI for performing intelligent tasks such as content creation and doing homework. And I think Ismail and Dr. Ibn Zahaf have already mentioned this from a research perspective. So they mentioned that researchers may maybe over dependent on using AI for generating, let's say, literature reviews and etc. And here I'm talking about the idea that students and teachers may over dependent the use of AI from an educational perspective. So a further important challenge for AI use in education is related to ethical and moral implications of AI in education, such as data privacy, AI bias, and autonomy, as well as equity and access. All right, so concerning the research methodology, this qualitative study used a case study design to explore teachers' views and perceptions about the use of AI for empowering their instructional practices. As we all know that this approach was employed on the purpose of obtaining a detailed description of how teachers experience and perceive AI in the process of English language instruction. In this regard, I depend on semi-structured interviews as a method for data collection, since such a qualitative data method is appropriate and flexible in the way in which the views of the teachers can be comprehensively explored for research purposes. Now, let me give you an idea about the research problem. So, despite the growing interest of the body of literature and research on embracing AI in education at an international level, in addition to the growing number of the different contexts and possibilities it offers for all educational levels, to the extent that AI literacy for teachers has become a strategic and a compulsory choice for educational systems worldwide for both teachers and professional development and responding to the changing needs of the 21st century. So little attention, however, little attention is paid to research specifically in terms of exploring Moroccan EFL teachers' perceptions and attitudes towards the implementation and integration of AI for empowering and developing educational practices effectively. Therefore, by exploring Moroccan EFL teachers' perceptions and challenges of instructors as far as the context of the study is concerned, I think that valuable and important insights for reconsidering AI employability in Moroccan AFL classrooms will be taken into consideration. So hence, the aim of this study is to contribute to the existing body of literature through exploring Moroccan AFL teachers' perceptions regarding AI integration in English language teaching for enhancing their instructional practices. So the study tries to answer three main questions. The first question is, how do Moroccan AFL teachers perceive implementing AI tools in their classrooms? This is my first question. The second is related to in what ways do Moroccan AFL teachers use AI tools for empowering their educational practices? And the last question is what are the challenges faced by EFL teachers while using AI tools from a Moroccan educational perspective? So regarding the sampling of the study, so as a way of opening discussion about this, as a researcher, I adopted purposive sampling as a non-probability sampling for the sake of researching for the sake of reaching data saturation. In this regard, I interviewed 11 English language teachers from different levels of educational settings, including both secondary and high schools from middle directorates. I also relied on different criteria for selecting the research respondents. This includes their active engagement in professional development activities. The second criterion that I relied on is the acquaintance with the utilization of AI tools. And the last is the willingness of sharing perceptions about AI use for educational practices. Concerning my technique or data analysis procedure, I adopted the thematic analysis. So for both inductive and deductive coding, to allow teams to surface from the data while staying within the study's parameters. I also adopted in vivo software to help code and organize teams. This technique has made it easier for me to find patterns for methodological classifications. The credibility of these results was further reinforced by the 90% agreement rate that was attained. Concerning the ethical considerations, I think I have adopted I have taken I have ensured that every safety measure and precaution were implemented to guarantee the compliance with the strictest guidelines for studies involving human participants. So the goal of the study, the confidentiality of teachers' answers and their freedom to discontinue participation at any time without facing any unexpected outcomes were all explained to the participants. So talking about the results and discussion, I will try to classify the results into three main categories. So first, I'll be talking about the general attitude. Next, I'll be talking about the AI use in English language instruction by teachers. and also the challenges in using AI in language education or English language teaching by EFL teachers. So the results of the study, which is embracing AI in English language teaching, Moroccan EFL teachers' perceptions of AI employability for enhancing their educational practices, reveal a range of visions and insights that are related to Moroccan EFL teachers' perceptions on AI adoption for improving their teaching practices in educational settings. Concerning their attitude, the findings of my study reveal that the respondents hold positive perceptions towards AI employability for enhancing their educational practices. So based on the qualitative data obtained from the interviews, the respondents' responses showed that teachers recognize the usefulness of AI for enhancing the teaching practices of teachers as positive. In fact, these findings align with research which states that AI integration in education in general and English language instruction in particular has revolutionized the way English language teachers carried out their teaching and learning processes. So regarding the uses of AI in English language teaching by Moroccan EFL instructors and teachers, so I would say that ways of integrating AI in English language classrooms by Moroccan EFL teachers, the study found that English language teachers use AI tools and platforms mainly for content creation and adaptation, generating lesson plans quickly, conversational AI engagement, as well as getting educational consultations and suggestions related to their students' learning problems. Again, these findings are in harmony with the research conducted by Lucky AI 2016, who found that AI availability makes it essential for students to practice and develop their language learning process, especially through AI chat box. So regarding the last question, which is related to the challenges in using AI in language education, I found that my respondents face three basic challenges. The first one is related to the technical and challenges related to AI accessibility and literacy. So, which means that some of my respondents declare that they found some challenges related to technical and AI accessibility in an education, from an educational perspective. The second challenge is related to teachers and students' over dependence on AI, which puts their critical thinking and creativity at risk. And the last challenge is related to ethical and moral implications of AI integration, including data privacy and AI autonomy. In fact, these results align with a number of recent studies in which researchers show that although AI tools offer endless possibilities and potentials in both education and language learning and teaching, this doesn't mean that such tools can be relied on for achieving all the learning objectives in every teaching context. In this regard, the study's conclusions have significant implications and safely and appropriately adopting AI in English language instruction from a Moroccan educational perspective. So the first implication is related to pedagogical approaches enhancements. So teachers can employ AI to assist differentiated instruction, enhance students' engagement, and develop personalized and adaptable learning experiences. The second implication is related to teachers' training and professional development. Of course, the results of the study emphasizes how crucial it is for educators to have ongoing training on AI technologies and AI literacy. The third implication is related to enhancing students' motivation and autonomous learning. So, by providing students with individualized language learning routes, particularly outside the classroom, I think can be and can promote greater students' autonomy in this regard. So the last implication is related to changing teachers' roles. AI has the potential to change the traditional function of the teacher from imparting knowledge to facilitating and guiding also. So teachers may be able to concentrate more on higher order thinking skills, including fostering students' creativity, empowering their critical thinking skills, and also their communication abilities as well. Now, let's move on to talk about the recommendations of the study. So according to my research, continuing professional development initiatives ought to concentrate on giving educators the abilities and information they need to successfully incorporate AI into their lesson plans. It is also crucial to think about the ethical ramifications of the expanding uses of AI in education, particularly with regard to data privacy and usage of students' information. This is a very important issue when it comes to integrating AI in education. So our data privacy and information are to be taken into account. It is important also for educators to use AI tools that support their learning objectives and learning needs as well. Okay. Now let's move on to talk about the limitations of the study, and I'll also talk about the conclusion. So the study highlights the issue of how AI tools are adopted by Moroccan EFL teachers in their English language classrooms for the sake of improving their educational practices. The study also highlights how AI tools such as ChatGPT, which is widely known by Moroccan EFL teachers and also widely used and adopted in education, and other applications have enabled Moroccan EFL teachers to enhance and improve their educational practices. So this includes content creation, as I have already mentioned, lesson plans, designing conversational AI engagement, and content adaptation, and getting educational consultations and suggestions regarding their students' needs and learning problems for effectively addressing the needs within the AFIL context. However, the study underscored some challenges regarding AI integration in Moroccan AFL classrooms, such as the need for teachers' extensive professional development, and also students and teachers' over dependence on AI in addition to AI's ethical and moral implications. The study also has several limitations. First, I think that by adopting a quantitative approach to investigate the research problem, in which a large number of respondents are involved in, this may help in yielding different views and insights into understanding the impact of integrating AI in education. Therefore, the researchers' adoption of a qualitative study in this regard is considered as a limitation. In the same way, the use of quantitative data collection and analysis procedures is likely to provide concrete and more valid and reliable results from a statistical perspective. The last but not least limitation from a research perspective. Therefore, because I relied on, or let's say, We can consider my study as a cross-sectional approach. Therefore, adopting a longitudinal research on AI from a Moroccan AFL perspective is of paramount importance that might provide a thorough and comprehensive, more detailed understanding of it for effectively embracing AI in our Moroccan educational system. So in this regard, I would say that Moroccan AFL teachers should look at AI potential for enhancing their educational practices as an agent that supports and supplement teachers' educational practices rather than a replacement for teachers' roles and creativity in the classroom. In this regard, adopting a balanced approach that combines AI tools in education with teachers' innovation and critical thinking is very essential. In other words, I would say that AI use in education in general and English language teaching in particular from a Moroccan AFL perspective should be seen as a mean instead of as an end in itself. The findings of the study have undoubtedly eliminated not only the perceptions of Moroccan AFL teachers regarding AI integration in Moroccan AFL classrooms, but also the educational potentials that AI offer for teachers as well as the limitations of such tools. The study also offers significant and valuable insights for educators, policymakers, and practitioners aiming at optimizing AI's integration in Moroccan education, in Moroccan AFL classrooms. That's it for my presentation, Ahmed. The floor is yours if you, yes, if you would like to open the discussion part or the Q&A part.
Professor Ben Isa, we can't hear you.
Yes, so continue, Professor Ben Isa.
What about now? Do you hear me now? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mr. Idrissi, for your presentation. I want to say that not only researchers and professors who are using artificial intelligence, but also students are using it. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I said that also students are using artificial intelligence now because they are exposed to it everywhere, and teachers or English language teachers and professors should accommodate their teaching methods and approaches with this new generation of learners. The teachers may use the artificial intelligence tools to generate lesson plans, to refine their own lesson plans, to generate videos and audios, and to facilitate students' engagements within their classrooms and to motivate them because they are exposed to the different ways of learning outside the classroom. Let's move quickly to the discussion. Let's go back to Professor Reem. What strategies do you recommend for the benefits of artificial intelligence, like automated citation generation and language refinement?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
What strategies or tools do you recommend for balancing the benefits of artificial intelligence tools?
I mean, as I mentioned earlier, the use of AI is revolutionizing the way research is conducted and literature reviews, even literature reviews. So, as I mentioned in my presentation, there are a lot of AI powered tools that can make it easier for researchers to conduct literature review. This may include AI tools that can help in identifying and summarizing relevant papers, detecting plagiarism, formatting citations. But the main thing that researchers or students should keep in mind is that AI is to be used as a tool and not a source.
Thank you. In your research, what ethical considerations emerged as most critical when implementing artificial intelligence tools? Did you do you have some worries about ethical considerations that researchers may face while trying to integrate artificial intelligence in their research?
Sure. So, for the ethical considerations, the main problem to mention here is the over reliance, as many students tend to over rely on artificial intelligence and neglect their critical and analytical skills.
Yeah, indeed. There is also that challenge of access. For example, not all students have the same possibility of getting access to artificial intelligence tools. And even in our universities, as professors or as PhD students, we found that there are some students who benefit from access to several platforms while others are not. Let's move to Professor Bilal and Diaz. What are some of the primary challenges researchers may face while integrating artificial intelligence, in your opinion?
Um, One of the challenges is that it is not easy. First of all, it is not easy for a researcher to choose between artificial intelligence tools, which means that there exist some tools which are alike, and the difference maybe sometimes just in the fact that one tool is paid for and the other is free, or that another tool is provide services, but in a limited way, which means that the researcher can benefit from the part which is free, and he or she can or has to pay for the rest. Another challenge is that, as the colleagues have mentioned earlier, is the absence of, if I can say, of the human essence. Depending fully on or fully depending on artificial intelligence makes, it has merits. Some of those merits I can mention here too: efficiency and automation. Since artificial intelligence tools can automate repetitive tasks, which can make the researcher or help him or her to save time in her or his research, and reduce the risk of human, errors. The second merit that I can mention here is data analysis. The artificial intelligence play a pivotal role or an important role in the process of analyzing vast, number or amounts of data quickly. For example, if you allow me to go back to what Professor Lim has tackled, a researcher can, spend months, just on literature review. But with the use of artificial intelligence tools, he can save, 2 thirds if or more of that time. Another challenge is related to what? Another challenge of depending upon artificial intelligence tools can be summarized in the following. For example, if a researcher or a user depend on artificial intelligence tools, his work, lacks what I mean by the human human impact, if I can say. Sometimes as a lecturer at the university, it can happen that students, for example, in writing can cheat, and use their phones, for example, and can depend upon this to generate, for example, writing. And as a professor, or when you correct, you can find that all the materials, cited are nationalized, are just like they came from a machine, not from a human, Yes, Ahmed.
Indeed. Thank you so much for all valuable information that you shared with us in this discussion. I think there is also researchers face this problem of ethical considerations. All time they think about while using artificial intelligence, they think, do I respect the research ethics and so on. So we still need more research related to ethics that are related to using artificial intelligence in while conducting research. Now let's move to Mr. Idris. Yeah, yes, okay, Mr. Bilal.
If you allow me, I can conclude with this. Despite the significance, and usefulness of artificial intelligence tools, which play an important role in simplifying, the tasks relating to research, as we are working today on the relationship between, or the impact of research, of artificial intelligence tools, or artificial intelligence generally on research. Researchers, can, make use of artificial intelligence, since it is a mass, and it is something which is worldwide use, not just in research, but in in other fields and other sectors. But they have, not to fully depend on this, but for the sake, as Professor Ben Zahaf has already mentioned, for the sake of human creativity, and if it happens and the researcher makes use of artificial intelligence, he or she has to limit, to use these tools in a limited way and in a critical way. Thank you so much, dear Ahmed and colleagues.
Thank you so much. Mr. Idrissi, what specific artificial intelligence tools or what specific platforms have Moroccan EFL teachers found most useful related to your study?
Yes. Well, according to my findings, I found that ChatGPT is widely used by Moroccan AFL teachers from a specific perspective. Teachers in middle tier widely use ChatGPT as a tool for generating lesson plans, quizzes and also assignments for their students. This is it. But this doesn't mean that it's the only used tool. Of course, there are many other tools that are widely used. But from a research perspective, like my colleagues have already mentioned, Grammarly, other tools like Quillbot, and this is it. But from an educational perspective, I think that's DeepSeek, Chinese version, and the ChatGPT are widely used from an educational perspective.
Do you think that students benefit from teachers' use of artificial intelligence in generating lesson plans and in preparing the lessons?
Well, I would say that the use of ChatGPT is somehow positive and negative. Positive if we don't, for example, take everything for granted given by ChatGPT, and also we should not blindly adopt and take whatever given to us by ChatGPT and take it quickly to our students. Critical thinking, analysis, and let's say revision and modification are of paramount importance, strategies that should be adopted by teachers before presenting or dealing with any AI content. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Idrissi. We still have another question that is for us all.
Yes.
How can we use artificial intelligence to find the research gap or research gaps? If you can provide any ideas related to this question. This was launched by Abdullah Abu Tahri. Okay. How can we use artificial intelligence tools to find the research gap?
Well, I think generally speaking, AI should be used as it's at the end of the day, it's a tool. Okay, it's a tool. It shouldn't replace the human mind and the human creativity and the human touch. Yes, over dependence of AI tools for identifying research gaps is a risk. Sure. And this, of course, might threaten the way research is conducted in the future. So we should use, I think that my opinion regarding this idea is that we should use AI as from a consultant's perspective, or as let's say as an aid, or as a mean that enables us to find our needs. But at the end of the day, everything should be analyzed and everything should be criticized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Idrissi. Dr. Bezhaf, if you are with us. Okay, Mr. Bilal and Dr. Reem, if
well, I'm still here. Yeah, I heard the question. It's interesting. We can locate or identify the research gap from the literature review automation. But then we have to ask the question whether it's relevant and significant or not. Does it align with current trends? Does it address a real-world problem? We need to evaluate this research gap against other sources. In fact, we cannot rely on what is given to us by AI, because it can make errors. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Dr. Bezhaf. Indeed, Dr. Professor Reem have mentioned it earlier, using linked PDFs or connected PDFs, or and also Mr. Amdiaz have mentioned using Mendeley and those platforms in which we can find articles that might facilitate our search in the literature in order to find the research gap. Yes, Mr. Amdiaz, yes. Please activate the mic. Activate the mic, please. Mr. Amdiaz.
Ahmed, I can add finding the research gap isn't an easy task. Applying for a doctorate, depends upon writing a proposal, and the proposal, one of the elements or the important elements of the proposal for a PhD is the abstract. And in the abstract, you keep, mentioning why you are applying for this, this doctorate, and this depends upon some gaps or research gaps that you have already find. Finding a research gap needs reading and reading and reading, and since AI, now is, I can see that it is a must. We, a researcher can, balance, between reading and searching using those artificial intelligence tools, but he or she has not to fully depend on those tools, and which means that we need some, to use those artificial intelligence tools by which we search, in a critical way and not fully depend on them. Yes.
Thank you so much. Indeed, these artificial intelligence tools are learning from humans or are trained by humans, and some may use these artificial intelligence to train humans as well. So, any final words before we conclude this conference, Professor Ben Zahaf?
Thank you very much. Thank you all. I had the pleasure of giving my presentation here today with you. Artificial intelligence, as my colleagues and the fellow researchers said, it's transforming research. It's making life easier, in fact. But we need to use it cautiously. We need to exercise our critical thinking. It has pros, but it has also cons, because it sometimes makes mistakes. It fabricates. It hallucinates. So we have to be on our guard against these disadvantages, and we need to make use of it in our research to transform it and to move forward. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Idrissi.
Well, first of all, it was a great pleasure for me to be here with you again, sharing my articles, findings with the audience and your distinguished speakers, by the way, including Professor Ben Zahaf, Si Bilal, Professor Reem, and Professor Saeed. It's so happy to be here with you, and happy Ramadan, and thank you all for being here. Okay.
Thank you, Professor Reem.
Thank you all. It was a pleasure. I was really happy to take place and participate in this academic exchange. As Professor Ben Zahaf has mentioned, AI is both a blessing and a curse at the same time. So it should be approached cautiously from researchers and students. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Reem. Mr. Amdiaz also. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It is a great pleasure to have participated with you with such with such amazing colleagues and professors. It is I have just to add artificial intelligence must be regarded as a facilitator, as a simplifier, you know, but it is not it should not be regarded by researchers, you know, as an end, as already mentioned by Professor, you know, Mohamed Idrissi. Thank you so much, and it is a great pleasure once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. As we conclude this enlightening conference, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to all speakers, Dr. Bush Ibn Zahaf, Professor Ismail Dahya, Professor Al-Arj Reem, and Professor Bilal Amdiaz, and Professor Mohamed Idrissi. Thanks to all the Academy's members and organizers who have contributed to making this event successful. Today we have explored innovative approaches to integrating technology in research, in education, and particularly we have been talking about the transformative power that artificial intelligence has. It is transforming all our practices, even so if they are in the research or in the teaching or practices. The insights shared highlighted critical, theoretical, and practical insights also. As we move forward, I hope we can continue fostering this collaboration between researchers in order to share the best practices and to support one another in navigating the dynamics of the new area of research and artificial intelligence. Thank you once again for your active participation and engagement. We look forward to interacting with you at our future scientific events, lectures, or conferences. When we can continue to exchange ideas and drive positive change in research, linguistics, culture, gender, education, and other disciplines. Thank you so much. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you very much. See you
Thank you.
all.
Sure.
Thank you.